Today's Wednesday, it's the 12th of November, it's 2025. I've just dropped Anita and Angela, because Angela's here now. I've just dropped them both off at the knitting, and that gives me an hour or so to go for a little walk. And today, starting it outside Marineland. Oh, there we are, there's the Marineland. This is where you would normally go into Marineland. I'm not saying it's closed now, but it's not open every day, I don't think. They're on to their winter hours. So winter hours means that they are open every week, but it's Saturday and Sunday only, by the looks of things. January, they're open, actually they're open for a big long weekend in January, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. That's during the holiday time, and then it opens properly, or more so at the end of March, and they'll be open from Thursday right through to the weekend. So that's the winter hours, and they've got their exhibitions and everything on there. Prices, adults 32, children 23, mini, not sure what mini is, maybe a little one, 15. But it's something we enjoy doing, and I know some people frown against Marineland, but they do a lot of good conservation work as well. And I think there has been concern in the past about how the animals, the dolphins in particular, have been treated, and that was really just because of one particular person who was working there. So yeah. Anyway, so I've just parked in the car park just up the road there. Lots of parking spaces, and I thought I'd just have a slightly different walk today. Come down here. What I'm really, I suppose, I'm going to be doing is walking all the way around Marineland, and then into Puerto Portals. I'm heading towards the direction of Palma now. As soon as I get to the walkway down to the beach, I'll go down towards the beach. And it's a beautiful sunny day. It is actually, I think, a beach day. Hopefully getting down to Palma a bit later on with Angela while Anita goes and has her hair done. And we'll see if there's people on the beach, but it's warm, it's lovely. We had a friend who come on holiday, another friend who's on holiday this week, and I think he might well be in the sea today or tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow, the weather forecast, I just read the bulletin today, said 27 degrees. 27 in November. Super. So this road here takes us right down to the beach, which we do come to sometimes for a swim. And when we come at 8 o'clock in the morning, pretty much we're the only ones there. The noise you can hear is from the Marineland. I mean, it might be closed to clients, but obviously it can't close because they've got animals there that need to be looked after. And so there's always something going on there, 365 days a year. So let's have a look, see, there's actually waves coming in on this beach. That's not something we normally see. Normally very calm. It's one we like to come to sometimes for a swim. And yeah, if we don't come now, we pretty much have the beach to ourselves. Water looks lovely, really nice and clear. And there is a nice walk that I discovered along that way, which it goes much further than I expected. I just love the sound of those waves. One reason we like to come to this beach is because there's like some concrete hard standing here, which in the past they've had a little chiringuito on that. I don't know if they do that anymore, but it's somewhere we can actually come, and there's a shower so we can wash our feet as well there. But Really lovely sound of the waves. Actually, looking across there, I can see the waves are crashing against the rocks. So a little bit rough. I'm going to walk along the beach. The wall up here is the wall to Marineland. Don't have to walk on the sand. Where the parrots usually have their show. Cafeteria there. Walk along here. Certainly is splashing around. So this one would be the Costa de Baleares beach, then just up on the hill, that's Costa de Baleares. It's an urbanisation, mostly large, very expensive villas up there. This little promontory here, this is where the boats can drop people off if they're going to Marineland, so the ones that do the little cruises around the island, people can get off here. There was actually a boat smashed up against these rocks, and it gradually got worse and worse, and it's gone completely now. And there used to be another one actually over there, another boat you could sometimes see the mast of, but again that's disappeared, so whether they've come and taken it away or it's just broken up and gone, I don't know. So you can see where that wall is. There is a walkway and there are some people walking along it now, or running along it. It's quite a nice walk. And then we've got the boats. And this is looking now towards Puerto Portals. One of the reasons coming here, I was written to this week, and after I did the Portals NAS video, someone was telling me they used to live in Club Marina, which is the block we're coming round to. And it's where our friend Barbara used to live. Sadly, Barbara's no longer with us, but Anita was obviously a regular visitor there, taking her to do her shopping. And this gentleman now lives elsewhere, but used to live here, and has obviously got fond memories. So I thought I'd just come around and do a little video so he can see where he used to live. It's all fenced off here. And this is looking now into Marineland. The path goes round. Normally when I do this part of the walk, I stop just about here, never actually go much further. Today I will. Lovely looking beach. And there's people in the sea. It's not too bad. I mean, actually the handrail's quite sturdy, so something to hold on to. And the path is in reasonable condition. And we get down onto the beach. Catamaran out there. You don't get wet. Really quite some of the waves are crashing as they meet waves that are retreating. The rock face on that side, it's very unstable. And so we've got the signs there. There's a fence. Make sure you keep this side of it with your eyes, because that's very unstable. Looking towards Palma there. Sankt Martin, then Palma. We had some really bad storms last week, and obviously brought a lot of water down onto this beach, which has washed some of the sand away here. Not too badly, but it will regenerate, but we're probably coming to have more storms during the winter. This is the block where Barbara used to live, the gentleman used to live here, and so he had this wonderful view all over the bay. Does have a little opening there which will allow me to get into the port, so I have a little bit of time, so I'll be able to have a little walk in the port as well. One doesn't look too safe there. Normally when I come down to the port, I'll drive down and I just park around about here. But today I've parked up near to Marineland to walk back round. See if I can get up onto the wall. I don't know if I can walk all the way along here. No, it doesn't look too bad. They were a few weeks ago just clearing boats that had come adrift and smashed against these rocks. And several boats have been taken out of the water, I think. And these boats are not in the port, they're just being protected a little bit by it. And so get a lot of boats just tying up here. And some of these lived on. Sign. No fishing along here. Come and look, but don't fish. A nice walk that I would like to do, maybe in the winter time, is to walk all along the wall at the far end there. I can see someone actually doing that walk now. And it's what when we lived here, it's what we used to do. Walk out to the little lighthouse at the end, marking the end of the port, but I haven't done it for a long time. It is a long walk, surprisingly long, but in the summertime it's not really practical, it's just too exposed and therefore hot. It does give you a different view of the port, and you see some different boats. If you go in the summertime, you'll see some of the bigger boats that come here in the summer. The bigger boats generally, the really big ones, will have already left and will probably be sunning themselves in the Caribbean somewhere. It says no trespassing. Am I trespassing? Hopefully I can get down. See across the big boats, where the big boats moor is completely empty. You have to excuse me while I get down from here. That's me down nice and safely. So quite often big boats moored on this side too. It's just a smaller one here tying up. That's their fuel station. This side of the marina tends to be the bigger boats. So here on this side we've got some quite big ones, and right in front of us you can see some big ones too. And many of these boats will have maybe a minimum, but they'll have a crew that looks after them all through the winter. Somebody's cleaning them and making sure everything's ready for their next excursion. Rich boys' toys. It's also, of course, the time that repairs are done. And so when I was working for, yes, the Yacht Engineering Solutions, they would be quite busy at this time of the year. They'd be sent out to go to these boats and do whatever needed to be doing, which I found very, very interesting. Seeing a bit of the world that you wouldn't normally see. Some very nice cars down here too, if you like your cars. Bentley we just passed. One missing from here. And not only have we got the boats, we've got the nice restaurants too. This one's called Yacht. And not only restaurants, bars, but shops as well. Flanagan's, this is one of the originals. Flanagan's has been here all the way through as far as I remember. This has Wellies. Very, very quiet in the port though.
So just a big
Feeling the heat from the sun now. Have been in the past, particularly during COVID, contacted by owners of some of the boats down here, asking me to walk down a particular quay just to see if their boat was okay. I guess they've got a huge investment in some of these, so if you can't come, you need to be able to keep an eye on it somehow.
Can you hold this always?
Advance to go. They do come up with some interesting names for some of the boats. Some of them for sale. I think you'd need a pretty penny. One in front is called Oscar. Must be one of the biggest in the port at the moment. Used to be where a boat called Leander, which was a dark blue boat, used to be moored. And that one used to have some real big celebrities and royal families visiting. Oscar, I don't know anything about Oscar, except it's big, very big. We walk along here. This is where the really big boats are. This one, Envy. I think I've seen that one before. Lady Kathleen. This one, Callisto, I've seen this one here before as well. And Lavender. Doing some of the maintenance work. And they are in really quite hostile environments. And wood, steel, aluminium, they all do suffer. And glass too, even. Picture of how big they are. Take your shoes off before you get on. It's a general rule for these boats. Take your shoes off before you go on them.
Lots of kids, don't know.
And then as we move further east, we start to see smaller boats. Big boats to my left, smaller boats to the right, and as you go down, they get smaller and smaller. The flags give you a clue as to where they're from. It's only ever a clue though. Happy days. End of season, you do see a lot of for sale signs. People testing the water, seeing if they can sell, get some money out of them before they buy the next one, bigger one. Restaurant in front is called Ritzy, and just to the left over that way we've got Cappuccino, and they're all open. Tables are set outside Ritzy and nobody there at the moment, of course, because it's only just after 11 o'clock in the morning. There's a few outside Cappuccino. I'll go for a coffee there. Always lots of vans coming and going, delivering things. I'm not going to walk up all of the quays. I've done the quays. Nice boat for relaxing on. That looks very cool. Get your seatbelts on in that one. And one of the things they've done here in Puerto Portals, Ritzy here, is to make this into a lovely wide promenade. This used to be where you drove down and there used to be parking here. It's now a very wide thoroughfare for walking. So, really nice. Diablito, pizza restaurant. A bit of manoeuvring going on here. It's when they've been doing some work, they've had to pull the boat out while they do the work, and now they're going to push it back.
Huh? Yeah.
You can see how the boats gradually walk along here, get smaller. A couple of years ago they added an extension to the port, and so all of this is new. It's a little bit further back, I was going to say, I'm not sure. Well, that's true. It's added quite a few more locales to the port, more restaurants. Getting towards the end now. Some of the boats just come out of the water and time to have their bottom scraped or whatever else needs to be done. I think I'm going to walk. If you carry on to the end, I'll carry on to the end. Okay. I have got a little bit of time. If you do carry on to the end, this is where you can, if you carry on round to the right, you can get onto that wall and walk out to the lighthouse. Or if you want to, you can get to the beach, which is where I was just the other day. So this is where you get the access to the beach from the port. If you're in need of a coffee, beer, you've got the places here. So access to the beach is just over there where BOP is. Walk straight in. I'm going to go around this way now. If you're struggling to find somewhere to park, there's a big underground car park. And well, this is the pedestrian access, the road access is just down there. But, so they may have done away with the parking at the front, but there is parking underground here, and lots of it. In Sicily, lovely tables and fountains. Guess they're not being used at this time of year. So it feels warm enough. And if you fancy a boat, you can always look in one of the shop windows here. That one there is 480,000. Wow. So when we get to this part, this is where the old port used to start, so the road used to come round here. This is the original port area, and I quite like this little avenue along here. It's very well shaded, great in the summer, great now actually, makes it a little bit darker. And there's the Victory Chinese, that one of the few places that we would come to regularly when we lived here. In the next few weeks, I guess they're going to be starting their Christmas markets, and this is where it'll be. So we will be back down to have a look at what they've got on offer. It's always very nice, very pretty, and if you don't come in the evening, it's all nicely lit up, but that's all to be set up yet. Comes out between Cappuccino and Ritzy. Stop to take a photo. Oh, they've actually got their Christmas tree up here at Cappuccino. A bit early, I think. Always good to see red and white stripes. Being from Stoke, of course, Stoke City's colours. There's all the tables in Ritzy, all beautifully set. And the road here, that's how you can drive out. Or you can drive up by Wellies. Just going to go in through here. Estate agents down here as well. And this is sort of now become enclosed. So the shops that are on the right have now got their sales areas on the left as well. Just make it a bit darker through here. When we lived here, Anita used to come and I used to cringe at what she might buy. Prices are just incredible, some of the things. This is Wellies. Jeff Kenyon set it up. And is one of the originals in a prime position. So that's often referred to as Wellies Quay. But I'm going to be making my way up to the car. I've got to go and get the ladies. Oh, that's nice how they've trimmed the trees on that side. Wellies advertising their Christmas and New Year, if you fancy that. Christmas Day, Sockling Peg, €42, that's not bad. New Year's Eve, €270. Anyway, I'll catch up with you when I get to the top. I'm nearly at the top now. And there's the Puerto Portals sign. Better take a photo. And that's where I've just walked up. I'm going to carry on now back to the car. Usually I finish the video here, but I'll just carry on. I know if Ray's watching, he'll be wondering if I've got his apartment on. There you go. And also for the gentleman who wrote to me about Club Marina, which is just along here. Still more development going on. All that fence is up. I guess there's going to be some development there. We had friends who used to live in these, the Barlovento and Sottovento, years ago. That's the Club Marina block in front. The blue lines here indicate that you normally have to pay for parking, but during the winter time, so starting on the 1st of November, there's no parking fees, so the parking meters are now sealed off. This is the entrance to the Club Marina. And just outside we've got a few cafes, bars, shop. Bank, that used to be Barclays Bank at one time. Estate agents. Pharmacy. It's telling me it's 11:31. and just where the steamroller is, they're putting the Christmas tree up. That's good. I might catch a photo of that. Looks like a ready-made Christmas tree. I'm going to go down here. There's a taxi rank here if you need a taxi, and then there's some bars up here. An original French coffee shop. Actually go a little bit further down, something well worth pointing out, and I nearly stopped to do the closing of the video, but there's actually an Agromart here, and Agromart is where you can buy mostly locally produced fruit and vegetables, so it's a great thing to support. We go to one in Santa Ponza sometime. That I will finish the video, and I hope you've enjoyed my walk around. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.
The yachts are sleeping, silver lights, reflections tremble where the sunlight shines.
Palma fades in autumn haze. The air is calm, the quiet stays.
We walk the pier with scars and dreams, past cafes glowing amber beams.
A gull cries low, the season turns in gentle seas. The daylight burns. Puerto Portals in November. Still the sea remembers June. The laughter lingers on the water,
like an echo, like a tune. When the crowd is gone, the harbor sighs, and the stars reclaim the skies.
Puerto Portals, late November, holding summer in your
sails are folded,
stories rest.
empty tables, but the view's still blessed.
We share a glass, the wind grows cool.
Time slows down
by the swimming pool.
In Lucy Wang,
the candles glow at Santina, soft voices flow. The world retreats beyond the bay, and peace
comes easy here
today. Puerto Portals in November, softly fading, softly new, where the year begins to whisper and the sea still speaks of you.
When the season sleeps, I still remember Mallorca's heart, calm and true. Puerto Portals, sweet November, I'll be waiting.